Hi guys, it's Sandy here. Welcome back to the kitchen. I'm going to be showing you a really quick, easy, tasty recipe today, the famous frittata. It's something that you can have hot, cold, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, any time of the day you can have this. And it's really good because it's something that you've got in your fridge. And it's all about using leftovers and using what we have at home. And that's what this series is all about. So, we've always got eggs in our fridge. Eggs are brilliant, they're so versatile. They're full of protein, vitamin D, they're really, really good. And you can make a meal out of them with whatever you have. So I have a range of things here. I've got some rocket and spinach. There's potatoes, sweet potatoes, onions, peppers. I have 2 different types of cheese. Cheddar, and then I had some goat's cheese left over as well. So I thought that would be quite nice as well. It's quite similar to feta. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with whisking 3 eggs into a bowl, cracking them. There we go. 1, 2, and if you do get any shells in there, the best way to take it out is to use the other half and just to scoop it out, and it acts as a magnet. Oh, there we go. And 3. So 3 eggs. Like I said, kids love this. It is a favourite, and it's something that you can do for the whole family. For dinner, for lunch, for breakfast, whenever you have kind of not enough time to make something, but you have loads of ingredients that need to be used up, this is a really, really good one. So give your eggs a good whisk. I'm not going to add any salt in here because the cheeses that we're using are quite salty, and we want to reduce the amount that we're using of salt. But pepper's going in, and it's up to you how much you want to add. Feel a little bit of pepper going in. Again, give that a good whisk. And then I'm going to add some cheese. So it's up to you what cheese you want to add. I'm going to add the goat's cheese. It's quite salty, so that's why we're not adding any salt in there. That's going in. And if you wanted to introduce cheddar, it's whatever you have at home. Don't feel like you need to go and buy these ingredients. It's about using leftovers. Open your fridge, have a look. What do you need to use up? So in my fridge, I had typical half a pepper that needs to be used, and I'm going to use an onion. So, going to slice up pepper, put that on the side, and you want to cut it up quite small because you want everything to cook fairly quick at the same time. So, I'm going to do strips, and then I'm going to do little cubes. There you go, and you can use any colour peppers. This is really good, and I often do this with my little toddler with leftovers. So if you've made a roast dinner and you've got potatoes, chicken, anything that you have that you don't know what to do with, bung it in here. I'm going to cook it. It's going to taste amazing. Onion. Onion is lovely with everything. Half an onion going in. Mushrooms are also really, really good. So this is a good way to kind of look at your flavour combinations as well. And like I said, it doesn't have to be what you've got in the fridge. Even look at your freezer. Sometimes we've got things in our freezer and then we forget what's in our freezer. So frozen peas, frozen veg, frozen sweet corn, all of that can go in here. There we go, that's enough onion. And that's all I'm going to use. So I'm going to turn my pan on a nice low heat to start with, measuring a teaspoon of oil. Always remember to measure because we often use too much oil. And then I'm going to put in the onions and the peppers to give them a head start. There we go. And just let them cook away. You don't want to cook them too much, you still want them to have a little bite, a little crunch. But we are going to put that in and give that a stir. Also going to put in the spinach and rocket mixture. And what happens to these lovely ingredients? They wilt down to absolutely nothing. So if your kids are like, oh, don't want to eat that much spinach, there's not going to be much left of it. And there you go, give that a good sizzle and let that cook. So this week what I would like you to do is to visit your fridge. And I know it sounds silly, but often we look at the fridge, we say, okay, this is out of date, this is out of date, this is out of date, bin, bin, bin. But you need to know the difference between a use by and best before. So best before is a date that you can use that you know that the product is not going bad. The use by is often on fresh ingredients, and that's something that you need to check. So on the eggs it says best before, so you know the eggs will be fine the day after that. So you need to know the difference between use by and best before. Often on vegetables there's a good one that people throw away. So like the carrot says 24, that means I'm going to throw it away. Carrots are fine out of the package. They're great, and they're great for soups and stocks. So don't worry about the date unless it's something fresh. So if it's like the fresh milk, then that's something that you know obviously will have a use by date on. Okay, giving this a good stir. And you can see the spinach is absolutely wilting down to nothing. So I'm going to add this as well. So